Good morning, welcome to Fitch Painting and Repairs Garage. Today's project, we're going to work on this Suzuki TL1000R. We've got this clutch cover outer cover, O-ring, new cover, and just put a brand new oil filter on her. Once we get this cover on, we'll fill her up with oil, fire it up on the bench, and see if she's going to leak. She was leaking from right about this part right here. So what I guess is the old cover was warped, probably from being over tightened, or the bike was dropped. Impact on that cover caused the deformation, heat. It's a plastic cover. And this is what the cover looks like. Mounts on there like that. Suzuki cover. It's got an O-ring. It fits into this groove right here around it. It's got a locator tab on it right there on that one, and so it fits properly. And this thing is all constructed out of a plastic, high strength plastic, and it can deform fairly easy. You over torque it and these little metal inserts will mushroom on the end here and actually cause this to not seat properly up against that. And so the torque setting says 8 foot-pounds of torque. Well, you don't want to run a foot-pound torque wrench below, like 10-15 pounds. So you want to convert that to inch-pounds. And 8 foot-pounds into inch-pounds is 96 inch-pounds. So we're going to use this tiny little guy right here. She's set up for 96 inch-pounds. We've already run, chased out all of our threads on this, so there's no old Loctite or anything like that that could cause a improper torque. So that's all cleaned out and put in and torqued down. We removed all that, cleaned all the threads on this. We put some blue Loctite on each one of the bolts. Now these bolts are different lengths. You got 3 different lengths. You got these short ones. This one here is the longest one, and then 2 of them at this length. And we've already pre-Loctited everything, and we're going to go ahead and set this up on there. Now this was powder coated all around this, if you noticed in any of the other videos how that looked. So I had to go and strip all that powder coating off of it because it was chipped and whatnot around certain areas, which I believe could have been causing some of the leak issues as well. So we've completely stripped that, cleaned it, prepped the surface, and got it all cleaned. We use a green Scotch-Brite and like 1000 grit sandpaper just to finalize it. But first we soak it with gasket sealer remover, and then we use a non-metallic scraper to pull that off. If you're very super careful, you can use a very sharp razor blade, but man, I'm telling you, if you slip just the wrong way or get something embedded in that thing, you're going to scratch the surface of this, because this is aluminum and it scratches very easy, and razor blades are steel. So use a non-metallic in a gasket stripper if you have to get something off of that. Now this was slightly corroded in a couple spots. It's aluminum, so oxidation, and there was a tiny little bit of pitting, so we just went ahead and sanded it and smoothed it, but I believe it was on the outside edge of where the O-ring goes. So we're going to go ahead and mount this thing on there. Make sure that your O-ring is properly fitted all the way around. Be careful not to stretch it as you're putting it in. Alright, now we're going to start with the longest one that we have, alright, which is this one right up in here. And then we're going to go ahead and put this little bitty short one just to locate it. We're going to get 3 in here before I take my hands off of it. I don't want that O-ring to shift. As a matter of fact, I think I'm just going to keep holding it until I get them all in there. just going to finger tighten it down to it just touches so it holds the case. Seven bolts on this thing, so use a star pattern and think it out before you start. You don't want to torque it or position it in the wrong place. So I'm just running down till it kisses the case. I'm not torquing it or anything. Alright, all my screws are ran down to finger tight. Now I can't take my hand off of it. Alright, what I want to check is, see how that feels. I'm checking the mating surface. I don't want to feel anything poking out funny or anything like that. Alright, so let's see here. 1, 2, 3. How did I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to torque it down in that order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try that order. 8 millimeter. Now you don't want to go full torque on each one right away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I'll stand up so I can get this. 2, 3, 6. It doesn't seem like a lot, man, but it feels like I'm torquing it pretty hard. 1, there it clicked. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Alright, that's it. That's all you want to torque her down. Not a whole lot. Don't crank on this thing. Don't balloon it out. Go back around, check. She's not deformed. Wipe your handprints off of it so she remains nice and pretty looking. Alright, now all we got to do is throw some oil in it and fire it up. We'll be back and show you some more later.